All religions, they say, God is great. God knows everything. But we continue to do a lot of things which are against the religious principles. I think Indian people, by and large, or most religious people throughout the world, are hypocrites. If Buddha had to declare after Nirvana and fall at the feet of Yasoda, begging for forgiveness, "Forgive me, I left you. I could have attained this Nirvana even in a palace." It says a lot. It speaks a volume that we need not leave our house in search of God realization. Our bhautik jivan, material life, and spiritual life can go together without any incompatibility. There is no incompatibility between a godly way and a materialistic way. If I am earning with honest means, it is in tune with my divine purpose. When spiritual life and material life at crossroad, it creates a lot of problems, ethical problems, and that creates a lot of guilt. Best would be to integrate my spiritual life. I watched my father from my early childhood. He would wake up at 4. He'll do his puja in the house. We had a small little corner in our house where he would offer puja. After finishing that puja, he would go to the temple and do puja all over again over there. And I would always go along with him to the temple as a child. Come home again, the same thing in the evening. Some arati and some, puja, deepam and bhajan kirtan. Before going to sleep, again there will be some prayers. So these things were going on. Is there anything more we could have done? You see, godly approach is never enough. Even 24 hours are not enough. But when we do this with the wrong understanding, that creates the problem. When we say, God is antaryamin, Ishwar antaryamin, God is omnipresent, He is everywhere. If you argue on this truth itself, we fall flat. When we say God is antaryami, meaning He is within, but we start looking for Him outside. That is religious approach. So there is mismatch between our philosophy and practicality. When we say He is omnipresent, why should I go anywhere? It is not that I am against temples and holy places. I am not. But we are applying this futuristic spiritual condition in the present, something that I would feel at the end of my career, of spiritual career, that I experience God everywhere. That is the culmination of it. Not only everywhere, but at all times, in everything that I see. But prematurely, if I start doing this and say, I feel the presence of God here, or let me worship this here, let me worship that over there, I start worshipping everything before time, then it's a problem. See? Religions are great if we understand the principles very well. All religions, they say, God is great. God knows everything. But we continue to do a lot of things which are against the religious principles. Despite of knowing the fact that He is all-knower. So we go against the theory in our practical life. Spirituality is all about feeling the presence in ourselves and actually trying to honor that antaryami within ourselves. And that's where meditation helps. Even in Gita, People read Gita but don't understand Gita too well. At the end, when Lord Krishna shows Vishwarup to Arjun and says, look, this is me. This is my form, which I have not shown to anyone. But you only am showing it. You are my friend. At the end of it, Arjun asks Lord Krishna that being my friend, you have shown me, I'm very thankful to you. But what others can do, what common people can do, how can they understand you and enjoy your beauty, your form, your divine presence? Then Lord Krishna tells one simple thing to him, that in order to perceive me, in order to feel my presence, look myself in your heart. It's a simple prescription. But we have always looked for him outside, which is unfortunate. We don't even take his advice seriously. But we go on reading without understanding, then it's a problem, see. And all of us, without exception, we follow religion because, what if I don't? Almost 5,000 years back, very unfortunate war began. It was the first day. First day was the day when Lord Krishna had to bring some sense, awareness, sense of duty in the minds of Arjun, who was confused and who refused to wage a war. Only he can understand. Most mesmerizing thing for us to learn that Gita Upadesh nor Lord Krishna could prevent the war. Then we keep wondering about Lord's capacity to make a change in human beings, in their mindset. But no God can change the mindset of any human being. But every human has the same God within to oppose. Either we agree or we disagree. If you are confused, like Arjun, accept to yourself that, my Lord, I am confused. I don't know you. I have gone so far away from reality, I don't know you. May your grace descend so that I can at least have a glimpse of your presence. And this is, to me, an understanding of Gita. And if you have a little bit of opening in your heart, there is a possibility of transformation at our level. We all know, through the teachings of Pujya Babuji Maharaj, he used to say that Lord Krishna had no time to preach 700 slokas in 18 chapters at that very crucial moment where beagles of war were already heralding those horizons, calling for war. They had no time. So where is the question of reciting 700 slokas by Lord? If you start reading even at a very fast speed, it will still take you a few hours. And Babuji Maharaj, in his superconscious state and in communication with Lord Krishna, says, I had no time more than reciting 6 or 7 slokas at that moment. Rest of the states, in order to dispel the confusion in Arjun's mind, I had to transmit the essence. The way we have this broadband download the information in few seconds. Like that, the entire spiritual state was fused in the heart of Arjun, so he could come to his senses and become aware of his duties. It took few seconds. Says Vyasa was the one who witnessed this transmission from Lord Krishna to Arjun and saw the shift in state of mind of Arjun. And he described what transcribed between Arjun and Lord Krishna in the form of slokas. And we are celebrating those sermons. We are not celebrating the war. We are celebrating those teachings. Gita, the teachings of Gita, to me, they are also a sort of vaccination, prevention. If you understand Gita properly, it sets your mind to a greater level of understanding. It prepares us for the life's battle, the way Arjuna had to fight the battle, Mahabharata war. The battle we fight in day-to-day affairs of life, I think, is also no less confusion of Arjun and our confusion to lead a life in harmonious way, in an evolving way. Any fool can earn money, but to earn spiritual wealth is a different matter altogether. Sahajbhag or Heartfulness way, a very simple message. Don't go into spirituality also so much that your bhautik or material life suffers, that you become a pauper. That's not a wanted thing either. And don't go into material world, bhautik jivan, so much that your very vital spiritual life gets destroyed, annihilated. Bird needs two wings to fly. So does human soul. You can't be begging and meditating. You can't be meditating all the time, becoming a parasite to the society. No. You have to lead a balanced, integrated life where both material and spiritual life can soar higher and higher together. Transmission and light from the sun or from whichever source, I think they're comparable in some ways. Can you see the light? You can't see the light, but you can see the impact of light on objects and see, oh, okay, I'm able to see because of the presence of light. Similarly, the various states of consciousness that I'm able to go through and experience is, accelerated by the flow of pranahuti or transmission that we receive. So when you feel really peaceful, it is because of the impact of this pranahuti, that this pranahuti removes certain unnecessary thing to the extent we allow it. See, suppose you have a deep desire to get rid of certain weaknesses that is troubling you, or when you become aware of our negative tendencies and we put it forward or put them forward at bedtime to God before we go to sleep and say, please help me with this. When we open our heart and submit our negative tendencies, along with our prayer, what works magically is this pranahuti, this transmission. It helps us get rid of those tendencies. So, and as they are being removed, you can see the impact of it. But directly feeling transmission? No. You can feel its indirect effect on us when things are removed or when things are added into us.